all the opportunity to help us tell our right stories. When I was sent to Nigeria, I was told, go and get those people to help us tell the story of Botswana because they know how to tell story. Is it music? Is it film? Is it storytelling? Everything. And I believe that you young people, are going to help me solve this problem. Transforming the knowledge that you get into products that can be given out to the world. Research data generation, data on young people. While you want to advocate for young people, where is the data and what you want to say about what the statistics show? Because now as students, I think this comes easy for you, and leveraging your studies to be able to use what you learn to connect it with the reality, then come up with solutions, give them to us, leveraging, artificial intelligence and advocating for, the establishment of, conducive AI infrastructure and AI, governance systems, internet access to populations that don't have, and inclusivity generally. In conclusion, I want to say that you young people are critical. So YoDA, you are a critical partner in driving modern, diplomacy beyond just the mission work, beyond government work, but also connecting with those institutions and making them to perform better and to have better influence and success. Organizing yourselves and maximizing university years to build, to create, to grow, and to channel young people's energies to solutions for the future. You are needed in activism. You are needed, in media, in telling our story. You are needed in supporting other young people, and directing your studies towards your future. As I said, if you are unemployed, let me emphasize that working beyond institutional frameworks of service delivery, where you have a job description, it helps to do more, go extra miles. You are going to look for a job when you graduate, but please understand the value of volunteering. When you volunteer, it's not about just looking for opportunity. And you must be able to understand that volunteering offers you the opportunity to learn more, and you are building your profile, and you should be able to be open to that. Be open to more tasks in your job, which will expose you to the skills that your normal job description will not be able to give you, or something you learned in school didn't avail that knowledge. Aim to profile yourselves. Also, as a YoDA member, as a young person, profile yourself. Do things that can add to your profile so that you are seen and you can be given space because you have something. So when you dream a great dream for yourself, for young people, for the future, and go for it. One activity, one contribution after the other. Make sure that you connect with young people. I think right now I can confirm that we are connected, and I will also form some connecting points for you with other networks that I work with, especially young people, other universities in Botswana. And I'm looking forward to exploring with you the possibility of working and partnering, for exchange programs with some university young people in my country. Participate in challenges, competitions, get those awards. When you see something online, do you get motivated to say, let me write an article about this? That article might go a long way into a journal, into a policy, into a continental, program. African Union might take it, and you see yourself, winning awards and so forth. So be coachable. That's my final word. Be mentorable. Some young people in their strong heart, they would say, we don't need to see any older people. They should give us these jobs. No. You need older people who have traversed those difficult spaces and who have found, experienced challenges. And all they want is to guide you so you can avoid some of the things, some of the ditches they fell into, so that you can be able to succeed and learn from them and so forth. I'm hoping that I will see you at YoDA one time as we build a longer term collaboration. And I want to conclude by saying that I am here, I'm a mentor, I'm a coach, I'm a career and life skill and life coach. Because as we are at the university, there are many challenges that can make you lose your track. There is peer pressure that can make you make wrong choices, wrong decisions, and we don't want you to be a disappointment to your family and yourselves and your future. So continue reaching out to us and working with us so that we can channel you to be able to, avoid and overcome some of the problems that young people face, and you all can win. I have invited Kachi to help me also in a few minutes just to share his story. He is in London. He is a successful lawyer. He is also into diplomacy and he's raising leaders. And I thought he can share with you what he has just for motivation. But congratulations once again. It is an honor for me to speak to you. And my story, I don't have time to share it, but I'm in diplomatic work, not because I was an officer at the Ministry of International Relations, but because my leadership back home, they saw me doing a lot of work in the communities, working with young people, vulnerable communities, and solving problems out there. And then I was appointed as a specially elected member of parliament and also as a cabinet member. And then I was sent here to be an ambassador. I didn't follow the channel. So you too can be there, can reach there without following the established channels. Because once we have impact in the community, in your society, I tell you, the global space awaits you. Congratulations in advance and thank you very much. Kachi, are you there? Moderator, I'm done.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Filda. That was simply amazing. I'm pretty sure we all learned a lot because I personally learned a lot from this webinar. I even wish you could stay longer because it was really, really inspirational. Please, can you mute your mic? Okay, so I really wish you could even stay longer because it was really inspirational and impactful. I learned that you have to be mentorable, you have to be coachable because we need people that have been there before to lead and guide us in this field if we are interested in progressing and actually having a huge impact in the country or community we hope to serve. So while we are waiting for Ambassador Fildas, Ambassador Filda, please, is your guest around? Okay, while we're waiting for I will be opening the floor for any questions. If you have any question, please feel free to ask now. Ask so that Ambassador Filda will answer whatever question you have. You can just raise your hand to indicate. Okay, Emanuela, please go ahead with your question.
Yes, 1 second. I was going to say, and I was actually going to call Emanuela's name, Halima. I know you have very curious minds. This is an opportunity for you to expand your worldview, so please take advantage of this. And time is of the essence. We have to also consider that the ambassador has created time from her evening to rest. So let's not waste time, take advantage of this and let's move quickly. So Emanuela, quickly.
Good evening, Madam Valentina. Good evening, Ambassador Filda. Good evening, everyone. My name is Emanuela, and I have a question actually. I would like to know what is a um a diplomatic way of approaching someone that has gone ahead of us in this field, in diplomacy, in international relations, to be mentored. What is a diplomatic way one can approach an ambassador or anyone that has gone ahead of us to be mentored? Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, Emanuela, your question will be answered later. Barrister Kachi Okezi is here. Good evening, sir. Please, you can have
Good
the floor.
evening. Hi,
evening,
thank
sir.
you. I somehow we got it mixed up there, and I was waiting. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Sorry to be joining you late. What I've actually done is I prepared just to so that you have a record. I made a note, so I'm going to share that with you. I'll forward it when I finish. Would that be okay? So I can just read from my prepared notes. Is that okay?
That's fine,
Okay.
sir.
Right. The title of my goodwill message to you this evening is "The Future of African Diplomacy Starts with You." It's a goodwill message to the Young Diplomats Association, University of Abuja. Ladies and gentlemen, young aspiring diplomats of Africa, it's an honor to connect with you online tonight. Even from my remote location here in the United Kingdom, I feel surrounded by the energy and ambition of future leaders such as yourselves. I thank Your Excellency Ambassador Filda Kering and the organizers for inviting me to share some thoughts with you. You are not students. You are the architects of Africa's voice on the global stage. Diplomacy is not about power. It's about service, influence, and building bridges between nations and peoples. Your generation has something no other has had before: instant global connectivity, access to information, and the ability to shape narratives in real time. That is a tremendous advantage, and with it comes huge responsibility. Africa needs strong, ethical, and visionary diplomats to represent its interests, and you are being called upon to rise to that challenge. You have role models like Kofi Annan, the late, who showed the world that quiet, steady diplomacy can save lives and build peace. Amina Mohammed, whose leadership on the Sustainable Development Agenda has inspired young Africans everywhere. Their examples remind us that diplomacy is about more than negotiation. It's about leaving behind a legacy of service. So how do you prepare for this path? First, you must focus on knowledge and skills. You must build your skills and acquire knowledge. You must aim to know something about everything, my father used to tell me, and everything about something. Aim to know something about everything and everything about something. Study international relations, history, economics, and African studies. These will afford you the context to understand global challenges, particularly from an African perspective. But knowledge alone isn't enough. You must master public speaking, negotiation, writing, and critical thinking. These are the tools of a diplomat's trade. Aim to join model United Nations debating clubs and student leadership groups. These platforms teach you how to argue, how to listen, and how to build consensus. These are skills you will use in embassies and other international settings. The next is languages. You must aim to learn as many languages and gain those competencies. Yes, English may open doors for you, but Arabic, Mandarin, French, Spanish, Swahili, and Portuguese, etc., will open continents to you. Language is more than communication. It's culture, it's trust, and it's influence. Thirdly, you must avoid distractions. It's easy to get caught up in short-term fame or cynicism about Africa's problems. Instead, be solution-oriented. See the solution through the problem. Diplomacy thrives on optimism and creativity. Build networks, not walls. Collaboration is your greatest strength. Fourthly, use technology and media wisely. We live in a digital age where narratives shape power. Social media, when used responsibly, can amplify African perspectives to the world. Start a blog, do a podcast, create a YouTube channel on African diplomacy, culture, or development. Learn data analysis and digital tools. These are central to modern negotiations from climate change to trade. Build a personal brand of credibility. Fact-check everything, cite sources, and engage respectfully. Connect with global peers through virtual conferences and online courses. The world is at your fingertips. Use it to learn to lead. Let me share a quick story. In 2015, the world came together to adopt the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. It was a moment of global cooperation, showing what's possible when nations unite around a common purpose. Africa's role in that process and in shaping and achieving those goals was and remains vital. You, as future diplomats, will carry that responsibility forward, ensuring that Africa's voice is not only heard but respected. Now, here's my challenge to you. Imagine yourself 15 years from now. You're representing Africa at the United Nations, negotiating trade or mediating peace. What steps will you take today to get there? Write down one personal diplomatic goal for the next 12 months. Maybe delivering a powerful speech, mastering a new language, or publishing an article on African development. Make it specific, make it measurable, and make it actionable. So to close, just remember this. Africa's future is diplomatic, and you are its architects. You have the power to shape a brighter future for our continent. Believe in yourself, stay focused, and keep pushing forward. Diplomacy is not just a career, it's a calling. It's about making a difference, building bridges, promoting understanding between nations. And so as you leave here today, carry with you this timeless African truth. And I quote, "If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together." End quote. Let this be your guide. Let your words, your actions help you in building a future of unity, peace, and progress for Africa and the world. The journey will not always be easy, but it will be worth it. I look forward to seeing the impact that you will make in the coming years. congratulations ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barrister Kachi Okezi. Please give a virtual round of applause.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed that. Dr. Kachi is a Nigerian lawyer based in the United Kingdom, a trustee and co-founder of Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit. And it's a privilege to have you speak to us today. We learned a lot, and I'll be taking this quote home with me. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. It's a calling, like Ambassador Fielder said. So if you have any questions, go ahead. Before Barrister Kachi started his speech, Emanuela was asking a question which was directed to Ambassador Fielder. Emanuela, please, you can proceed.
Good evening, Madam.
Yes.
Emanuela. Okay, it
Yes,
seems
can
like...
you hear me?
Okay, yes, we can.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Madam Valentina. Good evening, Ambassador Fielder. Good evening, Dr. Kachi. Good evening, everyone. I am Okejo Emanuela, and I was asking that what is a diplomatic way for we youth to approach those that have gone ahead of us, be it ambassadors or diplomats or anyone that have gone ahead of us, for us to be mentored? Thank you.
Should we go ahead and answer, or there will be a couple of questions before?
You can go ahead to answer, ma'am.
All right. I think from what we have shared with my co-speakers, I don't want to say that I'm aware of any established way of approaching, anybody, any institution for mentorship. You only have to know the institution that you believe that their mandate, their mission, and their services are relevant to what you want to grow in, and then approach them. What I get at the High Commission are people who would say, I heard you speak at a program. I want to find out if there's any way I can work with the mission so that I can learn. Looking for volunteering opportunities, looking for internships, looking for attachments, as part of their learning if they are students or unemployed young people. But most of it really comes when we connect at in different spaces where we meet. Also, the young girl who brought me here, I said earlier, we met at a program. I was speaking in a panel. After that, she ran to me. She was among a lot of young people that came to me, and she specifically said, I need your mentorship. Because when we speak, we would have mentioned that we do mentorship, we do coaching, or we want to be able to be available for young people. So I don't think we should talk about any structured way of getting that unless there is a database of those mentorship but you should have seen, you should have heard, you should have met somebody that you can say, I need to be mentored by this one, and then you come. In this platform, in this meeting today, there is a young man called Jack from my country who, I worked with him at some point when I was chair of the local land authority in my community, and he was in the public relations. And he saw me how I was running that board, how the organization was succeeding and winning excellence awards. He followed me, how I ended up receiving 7 continental leadership awards. He saw me and was following me when I was leading the Ministry of Environment and Tourism. From that time, following the time I spent with him in that organization, the land board. And he identified me as his mentor. He asked me, can you mentor me? And we are doing that right now. I requested that he join this webinar. So please let us look for what is relevant, what we can look for, because some of the institutions, we are talking about, growing outside of established institutions. And sometimes it's better to meet somebody who will now introduce you to those institutions, because if I were to say that you should go to the High Commission of Botswana and ask for this opportunity, you wouldn't get it. But having met me, I can introduce you to some of the programs we have. Like I'm saying, I can introduce you to some of the universities that you can start working with. So it needs creativity. It needs, you going outside and thinking outside established borders of institutional walls and identifying. You've met Kachi today. Can't you ask him, what can you do for us? What can we learn from you? Start following him and learning. It's in a structured manner. I don't think coaching works, from my experience. Thank you very much. But we are here to avail any support that is needed. I hope this helps.
Emanuela, I'm sure that answers your question. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your insight. So, in the absence of any other questions, or maybe they are shy to ask questions, you can send it to my DM. Maybe Ambassador Fielder will be able to answer them if she's free, because she's a very busy person. So now I'll be calling on the Uniabuja staff advisor for Young Diplomats Association to give a vote of thanks. Dr. Awal, please, are you on the call?
Hello, good evening all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
That's very good. First of all, I want to start by apologizing for joining late because I had to face other activities when I arrived home. The job I was asked to deliver this evening is very simple, which is to give a vote of thanks to all those who made this program a success. Therefore, on behalf of the organizers of this webinar meeting, I sincerely thank our speakers for doing a wonderful job. Even though I didn't listen to their speeches, I believe they have done justice to their presentations. Specifically, I'd like to thank Mrs. Valentina, who is the grand host for this meeting, for speaking. I also want to appreciate Her Excellency, the High Commissioner of Botswana to Nigeria, Ambassador Fielder. I think I met her delivering her speech. I witnessed the later part of the speech she delivered. We thank you so much for the impactful presentation. There is no doubt that this meeting is timely, as it will accord the young diplomats the opportunity to have learned so many things about diplomacy. Just as we have said, diplomacy is beyond embassies. It's an everyday activity now engaged by almost everybody, thanks to globalization that enable us to contact people and engage in events, within the shortest possible time. I also thank the YoDA chairperson of Unibuja. I met her this afternoon, or rather this morning, when she was introduced to me as the new chairperson. I thank all the distinguished participants and other speakers for finding time to grace this meeting. I wish us all a wonderful night. Thank you so much and good night.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you to all our speakers. On behalf of YoDA Uniabuja, we sincerely appreciate everyone who joined today. Ambassador Fielder, Madam Valentina, Barrister Kachi, and our staff advisor, Dr. Awa, we sincerely appreciate every single one of you. To our participants, we hope you gain valuable knowledge and inspiration. Please stay connected with us for future programs. I send the link to join our group, and it's available in the comment section. Feel free to join the general group. Thank you very much once again, and good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. It's a pleasure.
Good night. Thank you all. You're all appreciated.
Yo.